I'll just wait for that to wind down. Hi all, Baines here from BSA Bantams, and welcome back to the workshop. We've been progressing the D3 Swingarm restoration, and just sit back, have a bit of a look. There's a bit of a montage in fast time of us doing some of the work, and then I'll take you for a walk around the workshop to show you what we're up to. Okay, so here is all of our engine bits. We've identified what we have to replace. Main shaft has been polished and new bushes put in the main shaft gear. You can see Justin's fitted those up and reamed those out, so they're ready to go. Generally things like gear change shafts we'll just replace anyway, primary chains and clutch springs. The actual selector mechanism is in excellent condition, really is. So generally if you're ever doing these, just press your thumb on there and see if this pin pops out. If it does, you can either pin it back in or just put a spot of weld on either side. I usually just give it a tack of weld either side so it doesn't move, but generally all the engine bits are pretty good. We'll just move up onto the bench. Okay, so there's the barrel, and Justin's blasted and painted that, so that's ready to go. All the copper wire is here because we're zinc plating currently. There's the conrod, the crank assembly all wrapped up. Justy's changed out the little ambush and reamed that as well. That crank was really good, it ran really true. From a previous couple of episodes, there's our gearbox drain plugs zinc plated, so we've just started doing the zinc plating. So we've got a batch run of these to do and all the parts for the D3. So we'll go over onto the other benches now. So we've got most things cleaned, paintwork's all been polished. That's how the exhaust came up really nicely. Fork legs over there are in excellent condition, really happy with those. More polishing on the paintwork there, points cover and the cap that clamps your handlebars on. We've we've polished those up. Tank over here has been polished, that's come up really well, happy with that. The seats come up pretty well, happy with that. Rear guard sitting over there, and I'll just get the cover back on all this stuff here. So headlight shell, mudguard, front forks, they're all done. I'm not going to fit those leg shields up, so I didn't bother about polishing those. Rear brake or rear wheel components there. Toolbox over the back, cables, and we've just got a carby body out that we're going to have to build up a carby because we don't have, well, this bike didn't come with a carby. We'll just head over to the frame. So that's our frame. It's been cleaned and polished. It's got a few scratches and that in the paint, as you'd expect after being sort of moved around for 30 odd years. I'm heading down to a town to get a colour match of paint so I can do a paint touch up. I'll head down there tomorrow, and we'll see. We'll get them to scan the paint, and I'll be able to touch up all the little blemishes on the frame and other bits, plus that front mudguard that I said in the previous episode that had some damage to that. Over to the zinc plating bath. So in here at the moment we're doing our gearbox drain plugs, so they're plating away happily in there, going very well. And back down to the welding bench. What I'm doing at the moment now is just wire buffing components up in preparation for zinc plating. So I'll keep going through those, wire buff them. Some of them I'll acid, put them in the acid bath as well to strip any of the last rust out of them or any plating that was on them to strip that off. And then they'll go into the zinc plating bath. So on one of the videos someone asked why we didn't take any video of running the customer engine up, so we're about to do it now. So we'll give it a crack. Okay, also I forgot to put any footage of the D3 starting, so this is a cold start obviously. So the little customer engine before, we'd already run it up, so that's why I didn't tickle it or have the choke on or anything like that, air strangler on. So I'll give this one a go. So I'm just tickling the carby up, get a bit of fuel through coming out of the top of the carb. And that's it. So no throttle, just kick it as soon as it fires. Sometimes you get a bit of a kickback, which I reckon is the perfect spot to have your timing. So as you just saw, we're progressing the bike pretty well. We've got tyres on order, so the wheels will have to go into town next week, get new tyres, tubes, rim tapes put in them. I've got a little bit of work to do on painting up the spokes again, like the last bike, but that'll come up fine. And Justin will probably get onto the engine rebuild tomorrow, and we'll get the engine back together. It's all the work that was required to repair the engine, and there wasn't very much. The engine's in really, really good condition. That's all done. So we better get back to it, keep progressing it. To all my subscribers, thanks very much for your ongoing support. This episode's a little bit of a short and sweet one, but I really hope you've enjoyed it, and thanks very much. So from Justin and I at BSA Bantams, we'll see you later.